Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the performance of the physical Azure Omnipotence Super Saiyan God SS Vegito and just how good he is in DBZ Dokkan Battle. Now, Vegito is absolutely, I think, really good. He is the kind of unit that has a super easy A that I think really gives him like a really good performance. When we look at Vegito, so he is a super class key plus 4 HP attacking defense of 80% lead. He greatly raises attacking defense for 1 turn. He has key plus 2 attacking defense of 200%, damage reduction up 20%, and launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a high chance of becoming a super. This is crucial because these attacks greatly raise his counters, and if you get off 3 or 4 supers, the difference in this damage is huge. He randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow. When attacking, he gets 150% attacking defense. For every attack performed, he also gets 30% up within the turn, so that adds on to that greatly raising attacking defense as well. And that's why his counters become so big. Like his prior 2 super counters are like maybe 2.4, 3 million. And then they can jump up to like 7, 8, 9. They can just be really impressive. When receiving a normal attack, damage reduction rate is 60% up temporarily and counters with tremendous power. So he has an 80% flat damage reduction rate basically against normals. When receiving a super attack, he has a high chance of evading, and an additional 30% chance of evading when HP is 70% or less. And this is actually super underrated. I didn't realize it until I was doing harder events with him, or using him in some of the challenge battles. But the consistency of his dodge when you're in tricky situations against supers is actually excellent. So that gives you a huge usability for him. Because yes, 80% damage reduction is great. Like yes, of course, he can't tank supers that he gets hit by. Like that's the only real negative. But he can evade a lot of them. Like he very consistently as well. And when you're in bad situations, very consistently as well. So really good by him. When all allies attacking in the same turn are super class, or when there's another future saga category ally attacking in the same turn, gets attacks effective against all types. Super class allies get 2 turn boosts in terms of attack and defense. And extreme class allies get 1 turn boost in attack and defense 40%. In terms of his categories, Realm of the Gods, Patara, Future Saga, Time Travelers, Kamehameha, Final Trump Card, Battle of Wits, Time Limit, Accelerate, Battle, Fates, Fuse Fighters, Power Beyond, Super Saiyan, Superheroes. And he's got Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, Power Bestowed, By God, Fuse Fighters, Over in a Flash, and Fierce Battle as his links, which is pretty interesting. In terms of his best linking partners, it's just a bunch of Vegitos, basically. Links up great with a whole bunch of Vegitos, who could assume that. He also links up pretty decent with like any Super Saiyan God style characters, because he's got Super Saiyan Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, so he can link up pretty good with like most notable Super Saiyan God SS characters. And yeah, honestly, all in all, I think this guy is fantastic. So I hadn't used him too much until I started doing some of the challenge battles, some of the superhero style challenges. I think he's great. He's got great damage. He's a good tank. He is a good tank. Obviously, yes, if you're super high on health and a character fires a super and he doesn't dodge, he's going to probably take a lot of damage. That's okay. Like, it doesn't mean the unit is bad that in very certain situations he ends up taking damage. It doesn't disequate the unit. So, for me, I think he does everything you want him to do to an excellent and very good level. So yeah, I think he's a great tank. I think he's a great unit. I think for me, he is excellent. So when you look at like Vegito, I think the number one thing that sticks to my mind is how he helps teams. And the only negative I think he has right now is that the teams he's actually on aren't great. Like aside from Fuse Fighter, which uses the 10th anniversary units in that, Future Saga actually struggles a little bit. Still needs one more buff. I'm hoping it's Trunks and Vegeta. I really am. And like Patara and all that's a bit kind of all over the place. So I think Future Saga needs one more buff before going into part 2. I'm hoping it's another easy A. I'm hoping it's something. If that can happen, I think this guy will be, used all over the place. I think he's great as is. Like, really, I think he is amazing. I don't think there's anything like wrong with him. I think his performance is excellent. I think he does a really good job. I think he's a very consistent unit, one that players can rely on to do a ton of great work, a ton of great performances, damage, tanking, support, good links, on decent number of categories. He's not really limited. Like superclass teams is fine, Future Saga ally is fine. So I really do think there's good value for him. I just think it just depends on how it all comes together and everything. But ultimately, for me, I really like this guy. Like, I really like him. I think he's excellent, and I'm super impressed by him. So for me, if you are wondering whether you should use him, I think definitely give him a try. Once you do, I think you'll find that you have an absolutely amazing time with him, and I think you'll be like, wow, I really wish I had used this unit earlier, because he is just an absolute beast. So if you haven't used him, go ahead and try that, especially alongside the currently temporarily boosted Tech Vegito. They actually make a super powerful pairing that does an amazing job. So I think that's really impressive. And all in all, honestly, I think he's great. I really, really like him. This guy's been one of those units that's been great multiple times. So they hit the note again.